let's go ahead and do some trade plans, folks. So I'm going to record this. So what I'm looking for on FDX, this was something that I was potentially going to buy before the close on Friday, and I hope, it stays here. I'd be disappointed if it broke above. One thing that we noticed was that price was potentially going to break over the bearish channel. And that's just some Fibonacci that I use here at Trendy Trading. And basically what I did is I measured this downtrend here. And my whole theory in Fibonacci states that if price in a downtrend cannot get over the 38.2, it's still in a bearish trend. This does look bullish. TTM squeeze making higher yellow bars. That just means the selling pressure is easing off. This will be my trigger long tomorrow if we can break over this 38.2 or pull back to the 170-153. Now we want to take into consideration these EMAs. So what I do with targets is I want to come just underneath them, and then I want to use the fibs here, and then I want to use just before the 618. So the idea, looking at this again, anticipation of an inside and up formation. Potentially it would look like this. For follow through, we would trim at these targets and pull those stops up. My beginner or my entry into this trade, I'd want price to stay above. Once I enter above 170, 153, I want to buy about 3 weeks out or so. They do have earnings coming up. You can see that here on 12/20, and they also have a dividend on the 9th, so just be aware of that as well. All right, so once again, I want to see if we get continuation over. If not, then look for the pullback. I'd be interested around 170, 153. But before I make that decision, let's go ahead and just measure from this rally up. So I'm actually going to just use this candle here. Yep. And so right around this 38.2, I would not want it to break down below the 618. If we broke 618, that means we broke the trend of that rally. And that's about 165. So again, before I take this trade, you have to understand this is from a swing perspective, not an intraday perspective. What does that mean here? That means I have to commit to the candle. Okay. How long do I want to be in? 3 weeks or into earnings. I don't want to hold into earnings. I want to see if we can get that rally into earnings. Okay. Right now, again, that 38.2 is resistance until proven otherwise. So 2 different trades here. One, if we break over 178.80, that becomes my support. I'm looking to trim into 183.89, 190, and possibly 200. One thing I noticed were the options were really inexpensive and seemed undervalued looking out into earnings. Matter of fact, they seem really inexpensive. So I'm definitely interested, and I do believe that FedEx could move up to 200. Now, again, if that doesn't happen, then we're being patient and we're going to wait for price to pull back into this zone per se. So between 171 and 65, 165. So when price gets, or if it comes into here, the big misconception of zone trading is that you have to take this right away. But I have a process. So if we break down below this first level, you just leave it alone. Let it come in. I mean, honestly, the more it comes in, the better risk to reward. The further it comes down into the bottom of the zone, if we start to see buyers line up, I'll be paying attention to the TTM squeeze. If buyers start to come in and the pressure of selling eases up, then I want to be taking my trade lower down here. It's kind of like going to the clearance rack, if you will. You know it's your favorite clothing item, but you don't really want to buy it for $200, right? You want it to come down to 75% off. That's where I want to buy. So I'd rather buy here and be trimming up here and then here and so forth. Okay. So again, plan, be patient. This is, I prefer pullbacks over breakouts, especially in this market. So again, my idea entry would be here, but if I have to, I'll look to get long above the 178.80. Okay. If any questions, please reach out to me, and we'll talk to you guys soon.